Toy Story 4. What a movie. This film blew me away. This fourth installment in a franchise surprised the heck out of me. I went into this film thinking, this is just so unnecessary. And I walked out of the cinemas just like, fuck. Toy Story 4 is an emotional and hilarious roller coaster ride from start to finish. It is so damn entertaining and it has everything that I love about these Toy Story movies. And what I love about these Toy Story movies is that on the surface, they are very light-hearted, fun, funny adventure movies for both adults and kids. And you care about the adventure that these characters go on because they're well written and they have very grounded emotional beats. And you grow to love these characters on their journey. But under the surface, they explore very deep, dark themes of existentialism, our fears in life and death. And these existential questions that are explored in the first two Toy Story movies come into full fruition in the third movie, bringing it all together in a very heartbreaking and heartwarming way. That's why I went into Toy Story 4 thinking, this is just so unnecessary. We don't need this because the franchise has already ended on a beautiful note as a trilogy. But this fourth installment, it justifies its existence. It expands on so much and it delivers those beats. It fits perfectly among the other movies. The director Josh Cooley, which by the way, this is his feature film directorial debut, and that's just amazing. He presents this film in a way where it doesn't feel unnecessary, it doesn't feel forced. It feels needed. This is a beautiful expansion on the series. He captures everything that I love about these Toy Story movies. The light-hearted, fun, funny adventure of it all. The well-written characters that we grow so close to on these journeys. And the beautiful exploration of these deep, dark themes. It even expands on these themes a little bit more from the other movies. It tackles the themes of acceptance, moving on, our purpose, and how far you're willing to go for those you love and for those you care about. And we see this through Woody. We see this through Woody's character arc. And this is technically Woody's movie. All of the Toy Story movies are mostly about Woody. And his character arc in the film is very familiar. It's very familiar to his character arc in the other movies. It actually feels like a culmination of all of them. But what makes it feel so genuine once again here and not feel so derivative is that it's approached from a different angle with new and old characters that give him different perspectives. And that's what makes this movie work so well. You have a new character, Forky, who is the best toy ever. Only Pixar can make you care about a spork. He is just the perfect embodiment of an existential crisis. Everything that these Toy Story movies have been working towards and what they've been built upon can be seen with Forky. He's going through this existential crisis because he's trash. But Bonnie created him and brought him to life through her art project class and made him into a toy. So he doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know what his actual purpose is. He goes towards a trash can. He wants to go to the trash because that's where he belongs. But then he's conflicted because everybody keeps telling him that he's a toy. And it creates a lot of these existential questions. Forky does provide a lot of humor in the film and he is absolutely hilarious. But there's also some very deep themes explored with the Forky character. And it's such a great fit to have Woody helping him go through this journey because Woody has been through this thing before. So it's only right that he's on that journey with Forky helping him get through it. Not just to benefit Forky, but to benefit Bonnie. But Woody is also going through his own ordeal on what his future holds because of what he experiences on this new journey and also because of Bonnie's new adventures in her childhood. And this creates a very sweet and a very heartbreaking and heartwarming journey for Woody and for Forky and their relationship together. They have a great dynamic, especially in the opening moments of the movie. Along this new journey, Woody runs into his long-lost love, Bo Peep. And Bo Peep actually gets a lot to do in this movie. This is the best she's ever been in the franchise. The other movies, she's just very inconsequential to the overall series. She's just there as this flirtatious device for Woody. And I never really liked that. I thought that was just so random and it didn't really go anywhere. But here, the writers actually really dive deep into her character and into the relationship between Woody and Bo Peep. And Bo Peep actually challenges Woody on what his own beliefs are. And it creates this very interesting dynamic and this very interesting conflict that I adored and I loved where their relationship went in this movie. Woody also has a run-in with the villain of the film, and that was a big surprise. I did not expect to see a villain in the 4th installment of a series, but we got one and I love this villain. And we've seen this sort of character development before in the other Toy Story movies, where a toy just wants to be loved. We've seen that before. But the way that they approach this villain and the direction that they take with it, I was completely wrapped up in it. And this villain provides a lot more depth to the film and really elevates Woody's story a lot more. And I was just completely wrapped up in it. And so this villain, it probably is my favorite villain in the Toy Story series. I also really like the scenes between Buzz and Woody where they're talking about their feelings. They do get separated for the majority of the film, but Buzz gets a subplot where he tries to get to Woody, and also he has to learn what his conscience is, and he uses his voice box to help him, which was a misread situation on Buzz's behalf from Woody, and it just creates this really funny gag. But it also feels like it's this direct expansion of Buzz's character arc from the first film, and it just feels like it's concluding his arc and also concluding the relationship between Buzz and Woody. You also get the other new characters like Key and Peele's connected plush toys and Keanu Reeves' Duke Kaboom, and they are really fun. They even get development, and I did not expect that at all. They are absolute scene stealers. All of the new characters introduced are scene stealers. Forky, the plush toys, and Duke. They make this movie one of the funniest Toy Story movies ever. Like, every time they were on screen, I was in tears from laughter. All of these characters are just beautifully written. And the reason why you're on board with this new adventure is because you care about these characters. You want them to succeed through all of the sacrifices they make and all of the journeys they've been on. This is a satisfying adventure. This movie is filled with so many heartfelt, entertaining, and hilarious scenes, beautifully intertwined together by beautiful writing and beautiful direction. And also the gorgeous animation. The animation in this film is so photorealistic. Sometimes I forgot I was actually watching an animated film. The rain looks real. The trees look real. The amount of depth they're able to create here is just insanely masterful. My only negative with the film is that some of the characters that we've grown to love in the other Toy Story movies, like Jessie, Bullseye, Mr. Potato Head, Rex, etc., etc., that whole gang is completely sidelined in the film. They're sidelined to the point where you completely forget they're there for the majority of the runtime. And it really sucks because I wanted to see more of them. They've been an integral part of the entire Toy Story series. But in this 4th movie, they're just tossed to the side to make room for these new characters. And I'm not complaining about these new characters, I really love them. It's just, I wish that we saw a little bit more of these old characters as well. Like Jessie, like Bullseye, Rex, Mr. Potato Head, even Slinky. I wish we got to see more of them. And some of the emotional beats surrounding them towards the end, they don't feel well earned. You definitely feel an emotional pull because you've been invested in these characters in the first 3 movies, and also because of Woody's journey throughout the entire series. That is the heart of these movies. However, they still feel very underutilized just sitting around in an RV till we get to the climax of the film. But other than that, I loved this film. I loved the adventure of these older new characters, and I loved where this adventure took me. It cracked me up, it made me feel warm inside, but it also broke me. And I really, really hope that this is the last Toy Story film, because the 3rd one had a perfect emotional goodbye, And this fourth one has another perfect emotional goodbye, and I just want it to end here. I want it to end on this beautiful note, this beautiful high note. And Toy Story 4, it might be my third or maybe even my second favorite Toy Story film. I'll have to give it another watch. But yeah, I'm just blown away. There's nothing else I can say. I mean, what else can I say? Toy Story 4 surprised the heck out of me. Okie dokie, guacamole. Let me know what you guys thought about the movie down in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And if you guys like this video and you want to see more, click subscribe and I'll see you later.